Welcome to yet another day of Limitless Hoops, guys. How you doing, man? We got Leandre as always. How you doing, Leandre? All right, let's get started right away with the quote of the day. The quote of the day is "Life secret, write your story." All right. So life secret is to write your story. Life secret, the secret of life, the thing that like no one knows how to do, right? All right. Life secret is to write your own story. So you have to know. I guess it's kind of like a movie, basically. Okay, imagine if there was a movie of all of our lives, right? And people 50 years from now had to watch our movies. And some of us are, I don't know, some of us are Superman. No, I guess Superman's not really real. Sorry if I spoiled that. But some of us are like, whatever, the president. Some of us were big movie actors. Some of us were big basketball stars. But most of us were just regular people, right? And people have a choice to watch these movies. I have a feeling that many people would have watched the movies of the Kanye West in life, or they would watch the movies of Michael Jordan, right? Well, they wouldn't really watch our movies. And if you're of the type to want to be not famous, but like of worth, I guess, or like successful in your own eyes, or you want to be amazing at basketball, just in general, where other people want to be you, other people want to show their kids you for inspiration. Uh, the trick is this: since there's going to be movies made of you either way, the trick is you look to see who's making the movie. You find the director, you find the actors, and then you find the writer, and then you fire the writer. All right, and then you become the writer. All right, and all you have to do is just write your own movie, day in, day out. Just write your own movie. All right. So today, for instance, what time did you wake up? Is that predicated on some writer 50 years from now? No, it's not. It's predicated on you and what time that you chose to type in. So you are writing your own story as it is, either way. You just have to realize that you're writing your own story and then write it the way that you want it to be read. All right. So if you want people to read that you're a loser, well, just do loser things. If you want people to read that you're the most amazing human that's ever lived on the face of the planet, well, then do things that will add up to that. All right. So if you're like, oh yes, for Leandre's movie, if you want people to say, wow, since third grade, Leandre shot 500 shots a day. Wow. All you have to do is go outside and shoot one, then another, then another. And if you think 500 is a lot, it is. It is. During our isolation workouts that we have every day, every weekday from 5 to 6, plug, we shoot about 400 shots. And I would say a little bit more than 400 since we're all on a group going a lot faster. About 400 shots. So 100 more shots after that isn't asking too much. All right, and we do that in about 55 minutes or so, and we also include some dribbling. So if we didn't include the dribbling, we would easily be at 500. All right, so you can knock that out in a given time. And again, if you did that since third grade, that'd be a hell of a story. That'd be one of the most amazing stories ever. All right. I can't do the workout today because of the smoke. Yes, there is smoke today. Let's find out the numbers today. Again, bad number 100. Really, 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 really good number 50 or above. Really, really bad number 150. So we're going by 50s. I like to define it before I read it. Unhealthy air quality for sensitive groups. We are at 119. Whew, that would be bad. All right. So man, I don't know. We live in a bad neighborhood. It happens. But I will say those of you guys who are on the inside today, you guys are lucky. All right. So it's a little bit better air quality on the inside since we're through a door, through another door, etc. So we will be working out today on the inside. So luckily for us, we were on the inside. That's also what you're paying for if you do the indoor workouts at Tice Valley. It does cost a lot of money to be in that gym, but it is worth it in the end, especially when we get to bypass the smoke, we get to bypass the hot days, we get to bypass just having cement underneath our bodies instead of wood, right? So luckily for you guys, we have that. But if you're unlucky, just again, find ways to get better any way possible. You guys can watch videos, you guys can do other things to improve with basketball. Starting with today, you can watch all the videos online for the workouts that we have. If we don't have it yet, because I haven't really filmed everything, then you can just skip that one. So let's start with that for elementary school. If you're looking in the Limitless Hoops book. LimitlessHoops.com. Buy the book. You can get drills every single day. We talk about them here. You can ask questions about them here. We do them. We have videos online. Ought to make you better and your quest to become great. I would say doing this for a year would help a lot. But we have we have books for every single grade, 1 through 12. We even have a little kids book, 3 to 6-year-old book, where it's a story that I wrote about the kid who found a basketball. It also includes my 26 most popular stories that I tell, A through Z, and includes some nice drills in the end as well. All right, let's start with elementary. 2-on-1 break. All right, 2-on-1 break happens a lot in basketball, and it should be a guaranteed score. All right, unless you have like LeBron chasing you down or something like that. All right, you want to go fast to the basket, all right, and have the other person even with you, going two on one, and then as you get close to the basket, if the person denying the basket leaks over to your side, you want to pass a strong hand side pass to that side for a bounce pass ahead of them, catch, and then score. He shouldn't be able to guard you both. If you guys are taller, older players, maybe you might throw an alley-oop in that situation. But again, it's with a strong hand. Unless you're J.R. Smith, you just like to hook up anywhere and you're throwing the ball to someone who can fly. That's a different situation. But you want to go fast. After that, whoever shoots the ball runs back to defense. That person runs back to half court and then becomes the defense. As the other two players go to the corner, after they pass to the corner passes to the half court line. Half court swings the ball, and then a new 2 people go against that last one that was just running in, who had just shot the shot. And then we repeat that drill. Very, very complicated, but we have the film online if you want to watch it. Other drills are flares. That's just the wing and corner flares. Baseline of bounds defense. How we guard someone, where we guard them. 5-second count extension, how you go from a 5-second count to 14-second counts. All right, where it's just about when you dribble the ball, when you hold the ball. You don't really just have 5 seconds if you're smart with it. And it's how you watch the referee's hands as he's counting, if he switches, etc. Next one is 49 seconds down by 3. All right, if we are 49 seconds, 4 to 9 seconds, like if there's like 5 seconds left in the game and we're down by 3, and the baseline out of bounds, and it's baseline out of bounds, I would say we need to get a 3-pointer. We're not going to mess around with a quick 2 and things like that. We need to get a 3-pointer. How we get a 3-pointer is we set screens. We fake on the inside. We sprint out to the outside for a screen. But we don't need to shoot the very, very first second. If we have a good shot, take it. First good shot that you see, take it. But with 5 seconds left, you do have a little bit of time, if you're not wide open, to penetrate and create. But everyone else needs to flare out, look for stuff. And on this one, for a rebound, I mean, we're not even looking for rebounds right now. So if you're not a shooter, you are a screener in this situation. There's no one really just diving for the ball. Because if they shoot it, you get the rebound. There's not really that much time to pass it out. So it's kind of a one and done situation. Next one is 5-on-5, oldest versus youngest. I like this one a lot because I say I like this one a lot because I wrote all these. But I stole them from things that we did growing up and things that I did in college, things that I did overseas. And while we never distinctly did this one, like, hey, oldest versus youngest, it always wound up being that sooner or later. And I like those opportunities because the young people get to step up and the older people get to lay down the law. All right. And you should be able to experience both. So I like oldest versus youngest because it gives some people a chance. Outside of that, that was the elementary stuff. Again, if you guys can post those videos, that would be great. I'm slowly getting Dylan to post the video. So Ben Coffin is going to try to keep up with him. He's going to try to post them. Again, we filmed it today. I don't know the deal, why you can't just post them, but I told him this today. So I had to hear this a lot when I was growing up, and I've tried to tell you guys this, but it doesn't resonate, I guess. Well, what I was told since I was very young, since I was about 2 years old. When I was 2, I could read. When I was 3, I was doing like math and stuff like that, like multiplication or like light multiplication. And I was always told that I was really smart. Then that lasted a long time. And then when I was in 5th grade, I was told, you're really, really great at basketball. Not just regular great, but like amazingly great. Like you're going to be Magic Johnson one day. And I was like, am I? Oh yeah, you're amazing. Even though I wasn't even like making layups. They were like, you're so great. You're so great. And I was always told that I was so special, so special. But when I got my program and I said what I was doing, They were like, "You're too hard on those kids. You're having them play against older kids, better kids. That's stupid, John. Um, you're you're having them do all this homework stuff. You're having them do all this other stuff." And I was like, "I did it, or I could have done it. I would have loved to do that." Whenever I say that, people say the same answer, whether it be your parents, whether it be other people, my former coaches. They all say, "But John, you're special," or "John, you were special." And I'm like, wait, all I hear is, I don't hear John is special. I've heard that crap. All I hear is your players in your program aren't special. They are not special. That's all I hear. I'm like, what? So I get offended when they say, "John, you were special." I'm like, no, especially if they say it about their kid. They're saying that their kid isn't special mentally. Their kid isn't special. All right. So when I asked Dylan to post these videos that we filmed together, he has it on his phone and he doesn't post them. I start to kind of believe it. Maybe I'm just that special to go like this and press upload. Maybe that's how amazing I am, and no one else can do that. I guess I don't believe so, guys. All right. It doesn't take anything special to go outside. It doesn't take anything special to shoot a shot. It doesn't take anything special to read the workout and then do what it says. It doesn't take anything special to then post, then to film that video and then post it. It doesn't take anything special to tag that video online. It doesn't. It does take something special to maybe take some organization skills to do it all. And then what they're talking about is it takes someone really, really special to do it every single day. And I kind of get that. But if you can do it once, you can do it every day. I really believe that. And I don't think that I'm that special at all. I think that you guys are amazing. Or if I am special, then I think you guys are even more special. And I truly believe that. If your parents don't believe that, screw them. All right. Anyways, back to the game. For middle school, we have 3-man weave. That's easy. 1-on-1 alley. We talked about that before. Again, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. 4-on-3 scramble. It's a great drill that we did from our college. I also did it in high school as well. It's just when you get like out there and lost. I'll tell you about that in a second. Patience, 0, 50, 100%. 0 to 3 seconds, down by 3. Down 10 with 3 minutes left. Which one do I want to talk about? I wouldn't say. I just said the 4-on-3 scramble one. All right. We create a 4-on-3 scramble rule where we pass out to 4 players who are outside the 3-point line. Only one of them can cross that at a time. And the other 3 on the baseline, they sprint out and try to guard all 4. 1, you have to make good passes to the weak side, so it teaches you that. But 2, it's mainly for defense where they have to talk. You want to sprint out, closest person to the ball, but everyone needs to be moving every single pass. And as they drive, you want to be a help side, but as that person's helping you, you go sprint to a new person. And when you get those scramble situations, which come off of offensive rebounds, which come off of fast breaks, things like that, or just loose balls, just broken plays, or someone on your team is hurt or whatever happens to make it a mismatch situation on the defensive end, you have to talk, be loud, and be fast, and think ahead. All right, to make sure that they're shooting a shot overhand in the end. Offensively, you want to take advantage of it by catching the ball on the wing. And if you're open, you're the person that's going to penetrate and try to score. And as they help out, make accurate passes outside. So it's a great drill both ways, offensively and defensively. 0 to 3 seconds, down by 3, baseline out of bounds. Screening and cutting. We kind of talked about that one. Skip that. Down 10 with 3 minutes left. Herd offensive pressure defense for a comeback. We talked about that one last week. So I'll move on to the NBA. All right, for the NBA, we had more games last night. Who won the games last night? I'm doing this by memory. All right, there's so many games that happen. It's like games every single day. But last night, the Toronto Raptors had a double overtime, I think, maybe triple overtime, double overtime, and they won the last seconds. Jason Tatum passed the ball to the Toronto Raptors coach. Now, mind you, he was way outside the box. He was like in the corner. It was like this. I don't think he meant to do it, because if he meant to do it, that would make him the smartest coach in the history of the world and very disrespectful of Jason Tatum. If he was like, oh, yeah, Jason Tatum is an idiot, let me stand in the corner and make him pass to me, when I've never done that before, right? This is my first time. It's going to work this time. I don't think that the coach did that. But Jason didn't even like get mad about it. He goes, it's not his fault. I should know he's not in the game. He doesn't look like a basketball player. He threw the coach the ball and basically lost the game for his team. But now that series is tied 3-3, and they're going into a 7th game, which I love. 7th games, man. All the pressures on everyone. Different people start to rise up because, like I said, there's some special people in the world, some aren't. And you find that out real quick in these games because some people might as well just sit down on the bench. They can't play in 7th games. You'll see it. There'll be like people who like will say, "Give me the ball, give me the ball. I want to shoot it. Come on, coach. I'm not getting enough shots. Come on, dude." Then the 7th game happens last minute, and they're like, "Don't pass me the ball." And if they're like that, I don't think that they should have received the ball in the first place. All right. So if you're scared, you were always scared. You were just like being a little stupid about it. All right. So the 7th game brings out the superstars, the real superstars, the real ones. All right. And I love those games. So we're about to see win that game as well. The other game was the Clippers and the Nuggets. I think the Clippers beat the Nuggets by a lot. So now the Clippers are 3-1. You would think the series overs now. The series is over, but the Nuggets just came back from 3-1 from a 3-1 deficit. All right, and the Nuggets are pretty exciting. I think they're still going to lose, but who knows? Who knows? I know that Utah team that they came back against was not as good as the Clippers team. So, but we're going to see what they have. If they can win in one more game, those are also fun games. The winner go home games, where I mean your back's up against the wall. No one thinks that you could win. I mean, you have nothing to lose. Just go out there and just leave your heart on the ground. I love those games. But for the Clippers, they need to put their foot down on the other team's neck right now. You have a 3-1 lead. You don't want to squander it because the Utah Jazz just had a 3-1 lead. You have to put your foot down right now and beat them. And beat them in the first quarter. Don't even let them have a chance. That's where the Lakers usually mess up. Is they don't put the pedal to the metal until they need to. All right, you can't always do it. You can't always turn it on, turn it off. You have to just go. All right. Next one is the high school. High school, we have reverse layups, baseline to bounds for shots, loose balls, press break walkthrough, 49 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and 5-on-5 full court game. I will talk about the loose balls. I love diving for loose balls. And there's 2 types of dives. One is my favorite one actually. One is the Superman dive. It's what Dennis Rodman did. If you want to type that in, Dennis Rodman, Superman dive maybe, because he's into a whole bunch of weird stuff. Yeah, and then Google image search it. He's like fully like this in the air, going for a ball that's just outside of his reach. It's amazing. He's like not worried about his like well-being even. It's so cool. When you dive for loose balls and you get them, it's just as impactful as a slam dunk is, as a block out of bounds is. It hypes the entire crowd up. It tells your teammates that you're ready to go and fight. It tells your coach, leave me in the game because I'm all about it. It tells the other team, you don't want this as much as I want this. And usually people don't even dive for loose balls. So it's a free chance to get a turnover for your team or to prevent a turnover. So there's 2 types of loose balls. Like I said, the Superman dive, I would say diving in the air. Usually doing this to save the ball from going out of bounds or into the back court. But you can also do this to fly into the stands, to fly into the commentator's booth, over the scores table. And I've done those things. And I have never hurt myself diving for a loose ball. I have never. And I think that's because I just happen to dive right. I've happened to dive correctly. Right? And when you're a kid, you don't know how to dive. You just do it however it feels best, right? And I think when I was growing up, I just happened to dive correctly, so it never hurt. So I kept doing it. And the people that hurt, well, they just dove the incorrect way. They didn't know either. I didn't know. They didn't know. But the way that I was doing it happened to work. So I got lucky. However, if I tell you how to do it, now you can become lucky like me. And the way that you do it is, if you dive out of bounds like that, you want to jump to the side. So you land on the side of your body, or maybe on your butt, worst case scenario. And why you do that is because on the front of your body, you got ribs, you got your junk, you got your nose and stuff like that. You got some valuable assets that you don't want to mess up. So as you jump, you turn your body, and you can use that turn to also underhand the ball back through. And if you're sliding on the floor, like going for an out of bounds play or stopping the ball, preventing the ball from going in the back court, you can dive. And as you land, you're going at a rate. If you run fast enough only, if you run slowly, you're going straight down. That's going to hurt. If you're running fast enough and you jump that way, now you're going to land at an angle and you're going to slide. So it actually hurts less the faster that you go, right? Especially if you have adrenaline in your body. Adrenaline is that thing that makes you hyper and hyped. All right. So if you have that in your body, it's not going to hurt at all. So again, make sure that you dive correctly when you're diving for those balls. The next one besides the Superman dive is the floor dive. All right. And for the floor dive, the first thing that you want to touch the ground are your hands. But you have to do it in a way where you're extremely low to the ground already. So as you're running, you want to be properly distanced. You don't want to be too close to the ball, so you're landing on top of it, hitting your chest. You don't want to be too far from the ball where your hands can't even reach it, and you look like an idiot. You want to be just right, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. All right, just right. All right, and as you go forward, you want to lower your knee almost down to the ground while your back foot is behind you, and your knee is almost touching the ground. Then, as your hands touch the ground, you throw your knee back so that your knee never touches the ground. Your knee never touches the ground. Your thighs touch the ground. Your stomach touches the ground. And then your shoulders are high and your feet are in the air as well so that your knees don't touch the ground. So your knees are high. So your knees and shoulders are off the ground. As you touch the ground with your hands, you swim through like this, and then you swim out and reach for the ball. It should be properly extended for your arms right at the end, because that's how you optimize your dive so that you're diving at the right speed. If you do that all at the same time and you go with the flow, no one can really keep up with that. So unless the other person is just as risky as you are, you're probably going to be diving with nobody. Okay. And the unlikely event that you're diving with someone, then you guys are both pretty safe, because I mean, you guys are going for the ball. You guys are both hyped, both are doing it probably correctly. All right. So there's nothing to fear on this. And when you do it, you show the coach, give me more playing time. I truly want this. And you tell the other team that, you tell your teammates that, to step it up, so everyone positively benefits. All right, so dive for loose balls. Anyway, beyond that, we have our motivational story of the day. All right, this one is: don't get carried away with your failures or with the successes of others. Don't get carried away with your failures or with the successes of others. If at first you don't succeed, you're running about average. All right. Many people have been right where you are. All right. Some have continued onward and some have quit. It's your decision on which group you choose to be a part. All right. So basically, just if you fail or if someone else succeeds, don't trip. All right, calm down. It happens. All right. If you don't succeed at first, dude, everyone's like that. All right. If at first you don't succeed, he says you're running about average. Like, dude, it happens. All right. It happens. All right. And it's your choice. Again, many people have been exactly where you are, and they've come through it, or they've gone down. All right. Either they've overcome the losing aspect of it, and they've gone up, or they've quit. All right. And who you are in the end depends on who you are in the beginning. All right. And it's your choice. It's who you are right here in the middle of when you make that choice, that fork in the road. Should you quit or should you continue? That will make you eventually a champion. All right. Even if you fail 20 times in a row, so it's that 21st time, that might be it. All right. And again, you're writing your own story in life. So choose the correct way. Here's a quick story. You can look it up on YouTube if you want. It's called what is it called? Temper Tantrum Walmart. And it's the video with the black dude with the little girl outside of the Walmart thing. So it's like the fourth video down, maybe. All right, Temper Tantrum Walmart. If you want to look it up. This dad, again, nothing special about this dude. All right. He's not like a famous guy or anything like that, just a regular dude. He has his daughter is acting up in the Walmart. She's like, screaming. So he takes her outside and he sits her on the car and he goes, we're going to sit here. And she's just screaming. He's like, okay, we're going to continue sitting here until you understand that you can't act like this. She's like 3 or 4 years old. She does not understand what he's saying, all the words at least, right? He goes, do you want to go back in there? She's like, yeah, like that. He goes, no, your mom's going to go in there and shop. You're going to stay out here. This is your choice. And he stayed so calm. And then finally she stops crying because he goes, I don't care if you cry. You could cry forever. I will stay here. And he goes, when I was growing up, I would get, beat by my mom, but I'm not going to do that to you. We're just going to sit here and you're going to cry. like that, and just keeps talking to her. Are you okay? Like that. And then finally, like after like maybe like a minute or two, she starts laughing. He's like, "Oh, now you're in a good mood, really?" And he was just like so like funny about it, right? And then they got to go back in the store, and he posted this on YouTube. But what I'm going to bring up is that everyone in the comment section goes, "This is how you parent. This is how you do it. We told you this is how you do it. You don't need to spank your kid. You don't need to do all this. You don't need to get mad and scream and sad, blah blah blah." And while that is true, I pointed out what everyone used to say about me. They used to say that I was special. So I said, he's special. Why, when you talk, it is not loud? I don't know. Turn up your volume. Is that better? I turned up my volume. All right. But I think I think he is special. And maybe the other people can't do it. Okay. So maybe, and I've seen it before firsthand. All right. It is full the volume. All right. Well, I don't know. Put your ears closer. Well, this guy again, he was calm when other people are usually not. But it was his choice to be calm. And I think that there is a world where parents can just feel that and just go, let me stay calm. Let me just do it because it's important. Because the way that this guy was parenting, obviously that little girl is going to grow up to be a calm person too and a successful person. And why can't other parents do that? Because they aren't built like that. Maybe it's not in their personality. But I say this: why can't the other people just fake it? Just pretend that they don't feel it this way, and just cry later, get mad later. But in front of your daughter, just say, "It's okay, you can cry," and just bear with her, and then walk away, and then be mad later, because then you can create a child who's going to be just as successful as the other one, who's going to be so calm, and then she can treat her kid a different way. You can break the cycle. All right. And again, it doesn't take special people. I don't believe so. I think it's a choice. You have a choice to yell out loud. You have a choice to get mad. You have a choice to get sad. And while there are depressed human beings, bipolar people, and things like that, not everyone is that. I know that we're all on a spectrum, but it doesn't matter. So try to control yourselves. All right. And try to push yourselves in ways that other people, I guess, can't do. And then after a while, people are going to call you special. And that brings me to my last point. I like to bring up this guy a lot. His name is Devin Catholic. He's the most unspecial person ever. He played for the soldiers. Then he came to us, and like nothing special about this guy at all. He would even say it. Nothing special about him. He's not special, and he wants to be special. He wants to be special. So he started coming to my 6 o'clock in the morning workouts, and everyone's like, "Oh, Devin sucks. He gets beat by girls in 8th grade, right? He got beat by girls. He's not good at all." And he starts coming to a lot of them for about 2 years. So a lot of the 6 o'clock in the morning workouts. And then he became so good that by 9th grade, he's actually starting for his high school. And I told some other people about him. And I said, hey, this is like later on. They didn't know how Devin was started, right? But I was like, hey, Devin comes to my morning workouts. You should maybe do it. And they said, oh, no, we can't do what Devin does because Devin is special. My kid's not like him. And I was like, what? Devin's not like that. He just decided to do it one day. And it's the craziest thing in the world, guys. You can be anyone that you want to be in this life. You just have to just flip the switch and just start being that. All right. So if you want to be the hardest working person in the history of the planet, for Leandre, if you can hear me, all you have to do is start being that person. All right. If you shot 500 shots a day, that's a start. If you do that little workout card that I gave everyone, that's all that you'll need to do to be the hardest working 3rd grader, probably in the country, maybe. All right. So that's a start. Just do it day by day. And when you start like fidgeting, you're like, I can't do it anymore. And you're like crying, you're like, it's so hard. Then do it anyways. Keep doing it. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you guys continue to do all the stuff. Make sure you guys watch those movies too, okay? And keep doing the daily challenges. Keep posting the videos. All right. Make sure you guys follow us again. And I will see anyone who's going to the isolation workout then. If you guys are online, I'll see you on my phone. All right. And have a great day, you guys. All right. Great job, everyone. Peace.